What up, Big Scorp? It's your girl, Alex. What is going on? I hope y'all are doing good. I hope y'all are breezing past this shadow period of this ragged ass Mercury retrograde. So God, angels, universe, look at this monkey shit. I ain't even get the prayer out. All right, let me straighten my shit out. Maybe the cards will straighten out. Hi, God. How you doing? I'm all right. Can you please send through some amazing messages for Scorpio if you don't mind? I love you so much. Thank you. All right, Scorpio, let's get it. I had to straighten my shit. Oh, well. It was like, all right, look at the ragged ass shit. My angels are like, but just wait. Seriously? Right? 3 plus 10 is 13. Ah, and the sun card. Really? What are we supposed to do with that after all of this? Oh, abundance. Ooh, okay. So no matter how hard I try to bring them over, I'm always off. I say to myself sometimes, maybe I should put a marker here, to let me know how far over I can go, but then I'll fuck around and the camera position will be different. Anyway, Scorpio, darlings, what you waiting on? What are you analyzing? I almost said, what are you analysising? That's not a word. What are you analyzing? Angels are saying a lot of you guys are planning to make your next move. Now, this is self-sabotaging, and that's temptation, fear, bondage, right? Fuckery. Let's just call this card the fuckery card, okay? So you're trying to deceive the fuckery. Right now, some of you are taking some time to yourself, doing a little introspection, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. It's almost like, well, what hurt me more? The fact that I can't move ahead and I'm blocked, or the fact that I'm overwhelmed? And then sun, happiness, joy. Now, it's ironic because when I said sun, happiness, joy, my angel said, for a lot of you, you may feel like life is going on all around you, right? Like, we always have this dumb fucking perception that other people are just happy and their lives are good. Just because if we see certain symbols that indicate their life is good, right? Like if you got a friend on social media, let's call her Diane, and Diane is always taking pictures of her dogs, and we all creeping all up in her house like, oh child, them nice floors. Diane got it good, right? But we don't know, Diane may be a single mother or has a husband, wife who's overseas and she's struggling because she misses them. Right? I feel here, right? I'm preaching a whole sermon. I feel these 2 tens is kind of saying, be careful about those first impressions that you place upon people. Okay? Now, because you're going within, I feel like many of you are paying attention to, looking at, investigating your own image. Right? Well, how can my floors be like Diane? All right. I don't know where the hell this message came from, because ladies and gentlemen, these cards don't fucking say that. By the way. I'm going to bring you Page of Cups, okay? It's new love. A love offer. Oh, you know that meme that goes around? It's like, hey, my toxic trait is this. An example would be, my toxic trait is expecting people to treat me as integral as I treat them, right? Or with integrity like I treat them. Your toxic trait is almost like a bad habit that you have and that you project out on people or the world. But it's not all the time a bad habit. It's one of my toxic traits, and this is real shit. One of my fucking toxic traits is I always assume that people have common sense. Yeah, Talk amongst yourselves, Scorpio. Y'all know what that is. Knight of Swords. Oh, King of Wands. We're talking about this karmic again. Hey, Zeus. Hey, Emperor. Power. Somebody's blocking your power. Y'all see the cluster of tens? Only thing missing is the Ten of Cups. Three of Pentacles. I feel like your happiness is being blocked in due time. Okay. So 10, 10, 10, 10. That's 40. That's 4. So I feel like you're supposed to have some sort of prosperity, long-term investment, some sort of long-term financial stability, right? Long-term financial stability that's supposed to make you happy as a bug in a rug in a tub, right? And I feel like it's on its way. However, these tens are blocking you. This is the 10 of baggage, right? 10 of burdens. This is the 10 of, sacrifice and victimhoodship, Shire, right? And this is also the martyr card, right? I always see the 10 of Swords too as being mentally overwhelmed, just having a lot on your mind, a lot on your shoulders. Angels are saying too, for some of you, 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords, it could also be a shit ton of bad memories, okay? But here's the good news. The 10s in the tarot represent finito, completion, done. Okay? So I kind of feel like working on being happier, right? Scorpio, I'm going to say this to you because I love you and I don't hold no fucking punches. Sorry. But I feel like your toxic trait is your sabotagery, right? Your toxic trait is that you sabotage your situations. Situations that are supposed to come in and make you happy, come in and help stabilize you, come in and help balance you. Scorpio's like, where my transformational bag at? I'm going to change this light into darkness quick. And the universe is like, but why? Why? The introspection, right? Going within. I feel like maybe some of you need to work on has to do with these 3 cards, right? These 4 cards, because Angel said for some of y'all, I feel like this is for my Scorpio runners, right? You don't stick around in the situation long enough to smell nobody's breath, right? You isolate. That's what it is. You isolate out of fear. You always try to stay 7 steps ahead of everybody else. And what comes a part of staying 7 steps ahead is over analyzing all the time. Right? 7 of Pentacles is the analysis paralysis. Right? So I feel like for a lot of you, you spend a lot, and I mean a lot, of time and energy trying to stay a step ahead of your adversary. Where's Virgo at when you need him or her? Because Virgo's like, I just want to be your friend, right? Until fucking Mr. Hyde, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shows his ass up, and then it's like, Virgo, scram, okay? There are signs that, for me, that are duality. You have Pisces with the 2 fish. You have Gemini with the twins. You have Libra with the scales. You have Virgo with Jekyll and Hyde. And any guesses? Any guesses? Scorpio with light and dark. Okay? Angels just said you have that Plutonian power where your transitions are not seen by the naked eye. In other words, the way in which you switch up, a lot of people don't realize it. They can't tell. They can't see it. In my opinion, it only takes another Scorpio to be able to read you and also look into your intentions. That's what's blocking you. That's what's burdening you, right? I feel like with the Three of Swords to me feels like you feel like your livelihood is in jeopardy of some sort of pain or hurt or betrayal, right? My angels just said, especially with this stinking ass Mercury retrograde, for a lot of you, your Mercury retrograde is going to require you to go back to all of those scenarios that you are trying to stay a step ahead of. Okay? Here's an example. If you were cheated on and now you're dating someone, and as part of dating someone, you're highly suspicious. You're always looking out for the signs and symbols to make sure that this buster don't cheat on you. Okay? Angels are saying, you really, Scorpio? That's where you want to put law of attraction energy at? Right? Now, here's the problem. Because all of the time that you're spending making sure, wondering, being suspicious, doing your homework, getting readings, looking into your intuition, lighting candles, all of the time you're spent doing that, not only are you blocking yourself from being able to move ahead or move forward from the cheating incident, right? But now, so in other words, I'm just going to repeat. So not only are you blocking yourself from moving on, but this is you moving on away from the pain and hurt of the cheating. So it's almost like you keep the pain, the hurt of the cheating confined, right? You ever hear that fable, I think it is, where somebody builds a fence of protection to keep the riffraff out, but then they become a prisoner of that same fence, of that security system? What Scorpio am I talking to? Because I feel like I'm all in somebody's pockets. For a lot of you, pain that you have endured fuels self-sabotagery first. The pain that you have endured keeps you in lockstep with your bad habits, being suspicious, being untrusting. Angel said, Lord, don't get Scorpio talking about being untrusting, okay? Because Scorpio don't like trust. I'm a Scorpio angel. You are right on the money. Fuck a trust, okay? I'd rather have your goddamn kidney or I would give you one of my damn kidneys before I'm going to trust you. Okay, all right, moving on. And that's what's weighing you down. That now, ladies and gentlemen, them and they, look at her. If you're here, how can you enjoy this, right? How could you be the little naked baby, right? Joyful, happy, wondrous, hopeful, faithful. How can you be that if you're always up under the swords? The sword of cutlery. Oh, I gotta make sure this bitch don't stab me in the back. You know what? I'm gonna sting and stab her before she can even pick up her goddamn knife. Scorpio, I'm preaching to my Scorpio nation right now. Some of y'all feel exposed. Hell, I'm giving the reading and I feel exposed. I'm like, first of all, angels, don't be telling all my secrets, okay? But here's the beautiful thing in all of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Pentacle, happiness, divine timing, okay? Oh, my angels just said Scorpio's curiosity is never fulfilled, right? So if you had someone who cheated on you and say, for instance, you stayed with that person, you're like, okay, tell me what happened. And then they tell you what happened and you're like, okay, you can assess it, right? And then 2 days later, you think of another scenario that you didn't ask in the initial inquiry. So you're like, well, I have another question. So when you was meeting this bitch in the parking lot, at the QT, right? When did you do that, right? Now, remember, Angel says Scorpio's curiosity is never satisfied. So the person may answer that question. Then 4 days later, you're like, okay, so you never did this to them, right? That curiosity goes on and on and on and on and on because your suspicion is lifelong. You see what I mean? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take away from I just realized YouTube is probably going to flag me for that sexual reference, but fuck it. It is what it is. Y'all got to get this damn message. But let's move away from the cheating storyline, right? Let's flip it and make it professional, right? Career. You know what? Your boss keep giving you these shitty projects, and you're like, I gotta find out why my boss. Oh, I think my boss doesn't like me, and that's why they're giving me these shitty projects. You know, my coworker, my colleague, they're best friends with my boss, so it's almost like she's trying to accelerate them. So you know what? I'm gonna rock the shit out of this project. I'm gonna make them both look bad. You judge. You come up with your own. How do you say? Your own scenarios, your own narrative. That's the word I was looking for. You baby, darling, sugar, Scorpio. You are a professional narrator. Let me see if I can cut that off. I'm still getting glare from the dome light. Okay, so a lot of y'all are professional narrators of how people could be betraying you. Okay? You're just waiting for what? Proof? And how long you been waiting now? 7 months, 7 years, 7 weeks? And oh, the only thing that you found was other toxic traits of yours, other ones, other swords to dig up. Scorpio, darling, sugar, honey, baby, y'all gonna need to spend this Mercury retrograde. The Mercury retrograde is over in the tail end of Virgo season. Sorry, the tail end of August, which is the beginning of Virgo season. That's Virgo's card. Okay? So for a lot of you, y'all got to get deep. Yeah, y'all got to dig in your own damn pockets. Okay? Now, here's the beautiful thing, because I'm not just going to, give you the dark side. Oh, y'all getting this motherfucking light side. Hell yes, you are. Okay? You're trapped in this. For a lot of you, by the way, congratulations. This is the first time that you realize you were doing this. Okay? Also, as a sidebar, there's a thanks button on this video. It's on every last Scorpio video. If you ever wanted to make a donation, hit the thanks, whatever. There are donation links in the description box. The description box, you look at the title of this reading, there's a little word more. Click there. That's the description box. Okay? But for a lot of you, this is the first time you realize you was doing this shit. Now, Scorpio, this is why I fuck with you. Because you are so goddamn cosmically complex that it takes a neurosurgeon, right? The brain doctor. It takes cardiothoracics, the heart doctor. It takes general surgeon. It takes all of those specialties to connect the dots over 3 different systems. Okay? So I am using medicine to basically describe what it's like to read for you. I have to dissect your mind. Then, watch this. Then I have to dissect your intuition, because I can do that, by the way. I'm a 5D psychic. I don't, it's not just right in front of, no, honey, I could dig in some shit. Okay? I have to dissect your intuition. I have to dissect your heart. I have to dissect your psychology, your conditioning. And then I got to dissect that beautiful, amazing, amazing, amazing inner child, which is your heart, darling, which I already said. Okay? So y'all are pretty freaking complex, but I fucking love you for it. All right. If I'm cursing too much, I'm sorry. It's my way. People who curse are more intelligent. If you don't like it, thanks for stopping by. I love you. Have a great day. Okay? I'm not going to stop. 3 of Pentacles is therapy, my therapy card. So I kind of feel like if many of you should start therapy on August 3rd. When does Mercury, the first day of the Mercury retrograde, the first official day? August 4th. Okay? We're already in the shadow period. So I kind of feel like things right now are bubbling up, like almost said a tornado, like a volcano that's about to erupt. Things are bubbling down at that ocean bottom. What is that? A tsunami, right? When the platelets, they shift underwater and then the waves and stuff. Angels also said underground earthquakes. So I feel like for a lot of you, there is something going on at your core, okay, that you are not aware of, that is about to bubble up at the surface. If it were up to me, Scorpio, I would give you a pin and or a needle, and I would say to you, okay, darling, you be in control of its eruption, okay? Because since you're controlling it, right, you can determine when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, who I'm going to be around, what state of mind, what state of heart I'm going to be in. If you let that shit happen on its own, it may ooze out on other areas of your life that could prove to be non-recoverable, right? You could have a fucking breakdown at work. Honey, although we are in a stage in our existence where we are so open and compassionate towards mental illness, baby, you could be mentally ill all you want. Nobody's still going to want to work with, Sharon, who had the breakdown Friday afternoon in the break room. All right. I'm going to get back to the cards, by the way. And angels are saying all of this information that we are referring to is coming from these tens, right? Now, Three of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles, this is stopping you from getting here. But in due time, right, if you can get the therapy and uncover and let it out, no, the prosperity is yours, right? The blessings have your name on it. That's something you never have to worry about, Scorpio, okay? All of the good deeds that you have done while you were broken, okay, or bubbling, I don't know the official scientific term for pre-eruption, okay, before or in the process of this pre-eruption, you still tried to do your best. You still tried to do your good deeds. You still tried to be the best that you can be. Angels are saying, but there's just one nugget, Scorpio, that you was missing. And it's all right, baby, because we here. I love this angel, by the way. She's kind of like that auntie who loves the shit out of you, but will also curse you out in the same sentence, right? I love her. You know me, Alex. Wait. Wait a minute. Angel said, this is somebody's aunt. I feel like she's sweet as pie. I feel like her name is Esther or Elaine, something with an E, right? Esmeralda, and she is that savage aunt that she's just as cute as pie, but she will uppercut you. Okay? So you are trapped into a perception, or you are trapped into a stage, phase, or cycle of self-sabotagery. Let me twist that and say that differently. For a lot of you, this is going to sound weird. You are the author of your own deceitful story. You are the author of your own deceitful story. Another way I could say that is your view of the world, whatever filter you're looking through the world through, is distorted, right? That's almost like looking through a pair of glasses that are broken, right? I don't know what you're seeing, you know what I mean, other than them cracks. But I kind of feel like, Scorpio, Angel said there are two groups here. It's almost like there's a crack that needs to be repaired, and angels are saying no, there's a forthcoming or upcoming crack. Okay, but all these tens I got on my table, I got this raggedy ass King of Wands and the Devil. This is karmic. Okay, not only is it karmic, but I feel like it is directly tied to a parental figure. The cards indicate a father figure. Okay. And I'm going to agree with angels. Angels are saying it's a father figure as well. Now, take it as it resonates. For many of you, the divine masculine was your mother. Okay. So it kind of feels like the toxicity or you being this way came from a masculine figure, regardless of gender. This is weird because as I'm looking at the Page of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, it's almost like the page comes along and it's like, hey, you thirsty? You need some water? Right? So I kind of feel like there's a very innocent message that comes along and puts a mirror up to you and basically shows you your whole life. Shows you everything. This one simple gesture. This one loving message. Right? Short, sweet. Hey, Scorpio. I noticed you've been looking at your pentacles for a long time. Are you hungry? Like, do you need some water? Scorpio's like, who the fuck is this now? What do they really want? Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords. Oh, I'm going to say this to you and I'm going to agree with you, agree with angels as I say this. It's almost like you don't believe in mankind. That's tying directly back into your trust. You don't trust anybody. Not even the Page of Cups. And by the way, the Page of Cups never did anything to you. You're walking around with all this baggage on your shoulders of all the shit that anybody has ever done to you. And it's fucking your present up. Your present moment. Your current life. This is karmic. This is something that you were taught during childhood. Angels are also saying for some of you, this is past life, meaning you've been carrying this shit on your cosmic shoulders for maybe the past 3 to 7 lifetimes. I feel like the past 3 lifetimes. Okay. For those of you who are not familiar with what karmic situations are, they are basically shit shows that you can't escape. Right? A shit show that you got to sit through the whole thing until you figure out what got you there in the first place and how not to get there again. So it's almost like a bar, a test for the bar, right? A test for accounting, right? Especially, let me just use the bar because I think statistically more people fail the bar during their first time. I don't know what the statistics or the ratio is, right? But it's almost like a test that you keep failing, right? And part of it, is it the test? Angel said it's the test and the tester, okay? Meaning, oh, high anxiety. Anxiety, fight, flight, freeze. Ew. So are we saying that this is trauma? Emotional trauma, my angels are saying. So there is emotional trauma sitting at your core that during the next Mercury retrograde is about to erupt. Now, Scorpio, I love you so much. I love you so much because I could tell y'all stuff like that and y'all will be like, interesting. Well, let me go find out. I couldn't tell that to another sign. Another sign will be shaking at their boots and go hiding in the damn closet, right? Scorpio's like, well, let me hold on. Is she right? Let me do some investigating. What is the trauma? That's what I'm looking for. It was your dad. Let's say it's your dad, right? Let's say that was the person who instilled this trauma, this karmic debt inside of you. Okay? I feel like for many of you, your dad, divine masculine figure, either didn't speak up for themselves, was not a great leader, disappeared, obviously, right? The hermit is there. I don't know how to say that. Angels are saying that this divine masculine talked from a distance, like barked orders from a distance. So the kind of do as I say, not as I do. Ooh, not a hypocrite. I feel like who I'm describing is the father figure in your lives. Again, it could be a mother, grandmother, auntie. It could be whomever. I feel like for a lot of you, your toxic trait is this King of Wands. Okay. And the King of Wands is self-centered, selfish, hot-headed, aggressive, strong, powerful, passionate, sexy, right? It could be I'm hearing the part of you that you use to manipulate people. Go figure. That's what came out, right? But I also feel like with the Knight of Swords is going for it, just saying it, doing it, apply for it, right? Just balls to the walls, let's just do it. I'm just going to say it. So with the Devil, it just kind of feels like there was some sort of fear of speaking out, speaking up for yourself, standing your ground, speaking in general, right? The children should be seen and not heard. The first time I heard that saying, I was like, well, whose fucked up parent created that? And it's from the South, I believe. Okay. This has blocked your power since it was first instilled in you. Again, with the different people, they're going to resonate differently, right? For some of you, it's 3 lifetimes ago. For some of you, it's 2 lifetimes ago. For some of you, it's 30 years ago. For some of you, it's 3 weeks ago, right? It's going to vary, the time frame. But this is exactly what's blocking your power. For some of you, you are afraid to go for it because you're afraid of getting hurt. Angels just also said too, shame, right? This is me trying not to get triggered. Okay. I know for myself, growing up, I grew up in a verbally and physically abusive household, right? And when I saw that 3 of Swords, I heard the verbal abuse as in, hey, I don't know why you just don't go and, just be simple over here, right? Instead of, hey, why don't you get out there and be the greatest you can? No, why don't you just go and be a simpleton, okay? Now, of course, the things I was told was way worse. But I kind of feel like that's what's blocking your power, because for a lot of you, you're afraid to be shamed. You're afraid to be tongue lashed. Okay. This is a therapy session. It is. Go on and hit that thanks button. She appreciates it. But again, 10, 10, 10, 10, it's coming to an end. But I kind of feel like this third party, I feel like that's me, right? For some of you, you have toxic relationships, in your work environments, your professional environments, your family environments. I mean, Scorpio, I said this before to you, you are a toxic sign because you have that tail, right? And what is in that tail is venom. Okay? So you carry the toxicity inside of you naturally. But in a lot of cases, that venom is there to protect you. Okay? But for many of you, you've used it as a coping mechanism. As in, let me stay a step ahead, right? And be ready to sting so they don't repeat the patterns of my childhood. Ooh, child, this reading just got deep. All right. Angels, babies, here's the light come at the end of the tunnel. This 3 is the 3 of therapy. So for many of you, this reading is a therapy reading. I seriously should change the name of this channel to Alex's Therapeutic Tarot. All right. Somebody said tarot therapy, but I think somebody already took that name on YouTube. But this is therapy. And if you came here for yes, no, is my boyfriend, love me, or I'm sorry, baby. No, I'm trying to make you a better you, so you don't have to worry about is he. Instead, you could be like, you know what? This motherfucker better be. I gotta go. All right, I'm not gonna do a third row. And that applied to men too, right? Is this chick? It's like, no, this heifer better be. Okay. Who is this gonna resonate with? This is gonna resonate with my prideful Scorpios. Scorpio with Capricorn in your chart, maybe Capricorn rising. Definitely Leo, because I got Leo here twice. Definitely fucking Leo. Scorpio, Aries, good Lord. God bless your heart. Okay, that double Aries, child. How do y'all not run over people? And then Scorpio, I don't want to say Virgo. Sagittarius, Scorpio, Sag, cuspers. Okay. This could be your reading. Okay? Or your therapy. Find balance. Okay. Y'all ever notice, and forgive me for this shitty ass analogy, but vomiting, regurgitating. You know how violent that is, first of all? It's like, wait a minute, esophagus. I didn't give you permission to just shoot shit out my body, right? But you ever notice, even though it's violent, when you start dry heaving, and when you're done, you feel good. You feel so much better. Why? Because you cleansed. You got all of that sludge out of you. Well, that's about to happen if it has not already happened in this reading. If it has already happened in this reading, please leave me a message. And you're welcome. Keep your heart open. Again, as you're being approached, you always think, oh, somebody's coming to take my shit, my time, my money, my car, my repaired heart. They coming in to break my heart, right? You're, child. And it's almost like they're just coming in to check on you, to make sure you're okay. Hey, Scorpio, you know, I'm going to do it right now. Shit, Scorpio, you all right? You've been sleeping okay? Y'all are okay. I still read all the comments. So you are more than welcome to answer me in the comments. You all right? You okay? You been sleeping okay? You been eating okay? Child, know your motherfucking word. Know your word, Scorpio. And last but not least, honor your feelings. Okay. Last message on the staying 7 steps ahead. The reason why Scorpio tries to stay 7 steps ahead is so they think they're trying to protect their feelings. Okay? They think they're trying to protect their feelings, but what they don't realize is they're already hurting their feelings by trying to stay 7 steps ahead in the first place. Going back to the cheating scenario, if you're being suspicious and looking for signs and symbols to rule out any sort of cheating activity, in your mind, you're already hurting yourself by thinking cheating is going on. I just have to figure it out. I just have to find the evidence. Really? That's what suspicion is. Suspicion says, hey, it's already happening. Now I just need to find proof. Now, the brain says, okay, if in the brain you say it's already happening, you're already hurting yourself. Regardless as to what's going on in your reality, you're already hurting yourself with just the thought of it happening. You know, angels, I really do feel like throwing this microphone down because I feel like this is a goddamn microphone moment reading. I feel like this is a mic drop reading. Scorpio, if you feel like it too, let's talk about it. Come on now, because my eyebrows are on near my hairline. I'm so just, into this right now. But let me say this, because I'm definitely not going to leave you with all this information and then not, kind of emphasize what's waiting for you as you become healed or you start the healing process. Happiness, right? Tribal happiness, abundance, right? And balance, right? You're happy. Universe is you're happy. So let me do it again. You're happy. Universe is like, hey, happy. How you doing? Here's some happy. Give me a hug. Okay? So in the end, not only like the regurgitating example, will you be cleansed and healed, but you'll be happy, darling. Okay? So yeah. I need to do a Scorpio hangout. Maybe I'll do the Scorpio hangout and the energy readings together. Because I feel like we need to talk about this reading. I kind of feel like we need to talk about, Scorpio, your toxic trait that you are oblivious to, that you are just projecting on everybody, everything, everywhere in your life. And on that note, I'm going to go. I love you, Scorpio. You're the shit, by the way. Because again, I just dissected you And I'm grateful to God. God, you're the man, woman, child, love of my life. Thank you so much for these amazing gifts. But also thank you for strong Scorpio who's able to receive these messages, ingest these messages, and then hopefully do something about them. So, Scorpio, I am truly grateful for you just being you, right? Because y'all are some strong mother, right? Y'all are the strongest zodiac sign, especially emotionally. Y'all can get hit by a Mack fucking truck in your heart and be back at work the next day. And I fucks with you for that, Scorpio. I love y'all. Bye.